Welcome to all of you. I am going to continue the same topic of our polity session. Okay, fine. Just I am moving within Parliament a new topic regarding the bills. Okay, I have covered about ordinary bills in 2 sessions. I will cover about money bills. Okay, in today's session. So, as all of you know that it is our today's session, that is about Parliament of India. Okay, many of you are demanding about please take the classes in Hindi medium too, but just understand me what I am doing all this in English language. Okay, I am trying myself best that I will keep my words totally in understandable part. Okay, not any hard one. Okay, I am just using the simple words of English language. I hope if you are not getting it, then it's really tough for you to even qualify for the UPSC examination. I am not demoralizing any one of them or any one of you, but please understand, okay, what are the trends of result. You can see that. Now tell me one thing, that how many students have become and taken their rank within 100 or within even 200 too, or within, if you will pick up the results from even last 4 to 5 years, then tell me that how many students cleared this examination under 250 ranks. Only 3 to 4%, even not that. Okay, even not that margin is 3 to 4%. Fine. So now it's time that you have to adopt yourselves according to whatever is demanding by the UPSC. Many more faculties and many more coachings even teaching full type of subjects and full syllabus in totally Hindi language. Okay, I am here totally, I am sure about that, but I am going to tell you that they are actually ruining your life. Okay, they are playing your life. They are doing all this because of their business. Okay, they are not faithful in your making the career of the students. Okay, because you will see, just search on the net and even you can find that, even you can go to the website of UPSC and search there that how many students have cleared this examination. Okay, take out the data from the net and you can see that how many students have cleared the examination of civil services with totally Hindi medium. There is a little with margin. Okay, who have qualified it. Only it's 3 to 4% who will secure their rank within 250 or 300 ranks. Only 3 to 4%. Otherwise, almost 95% of students securing in English language. Okay, I am not demoralizing you, but even if you are a Hindi medium students, then you must adopt that what I am saying in my simple language, because whenever you will handle and you have to take a English language paper, that is 200 marks. Okay, so you have to give that paper at any cost, at anyhow. So how will you pass in that examination? You have to knowledge about, even you don't know about and even you don't have the confidence about the English in writing section, you can write in Hindi language, but whatever the persons are saying in front of you in English medium and English language, you have to get it. Even if you don't get it, okay, now trying yourself, build yourself in this way that you can get easily all the languages which UPSC demanding right now. If you are not good ahead with it, that what I am saying right now, then totally you are misguided by someone. Okay, those faculties or even those big names who are just playing with their business and playing with your with your life, your career, they are not going to decide your career. Oh, they are totally ruining your life. Okay, they are totally ruining your life. That is why I am saying that even if you are a Hindi medium student, write your all the answers in Hindi language. I am not saying that try to build yourself in totally English. Whatever you are more comfortable in which language, you should go, but try to understand that whatever the persons in front of you are teaching it, try to grip them. Okay, I am solving all the doubts in Hindi medium too, but since what is the necessary to qualify the exam, okay, I am here not for me, I am here only for you. Okay, so I will do only those things which will make career, okay, make a wonderful career for all of you. Fine. So even if you like the things, you can go ahead, otherwise you can follow those faculties which are totally making you full in Hindi language. Okay, I am clear about that. Fine. So now let's move ahead. Okay, just I am talking about ordinary bills. So let's see. I have covered the ordinary bills. So I will take today in the way of money bills. Fine. So let's see. I am not wasting more time. Okay, so let's see. Money bills. So what are money bills? Which bills are termed as money bills? So in the Constitution of India, it is clearly defined that which money bill comes under financial bill or which bill will come under money bill. Fine. So Article 110 of the Constitution of India clearly saying the definition of money bills, that which bill will be termed as money bills. Okay. So Article 110 of the Indian Constitution defines itself in this article as which bill will be termed as money bills. Fine. See, there is also financial bills. Okay. Actually, there are three types of financial bills. Number one, money bills. So all money bills are financial bills, but all financial bills are not money bills, because money bill is itself a sub part of financial bill. Financial bill has three types, in which the first type is money bills. So all the money bills will come under the sector of financial bills. Okay, but all financial bill will be not come under money bills. Why? Because see, here is financial bill, in which there are three subcategories, 1, 2 and 3. The first one is called money bill. Okay, second one is called, and third one is called like financial bill subtype 1, financial bill subtype 2, that comes under Article 117, Clause 1 and Clause 3 of the Indian Constitution. Fine. I will cover also that in detail. That's why I am not writing here, because I will cover financial bill subtype 1 and subtype 2 both in next sessions. Fine. So that is why I told you, if money bill is a financial bill and financial bill has three types, then all money bill will be under which sector? Financial bill, because money bill is a part of financial bill. But tell me, all financial bill will be a money bill or not? Not at all. Even if you are preparing for CSAT, we can easily get it. Okay. Now let tell me, even you read something about logical reasoning, then you can easily get it that if all A are B, okay, all A are B, does it mean that all B are A? It may be, or even it is not possible. Since here it is a subtype, money bill is a subtype of financial bill. Okay, so all money bills is a financial bill, but all financial bills are not money bills, because some of the financial bills will belong to category 2, some of the financial bill will belong to the category number 3. That is why I am telling you again, all money bills are under the category of financial bills, but all financial bills are not under the category of which one? Money bill. Okay, so money bills come under Article 110 of the Constitution of India, and other two types of financial bill, that is financial bill subtype 1, that comes under Article 117 Clause 1, and the third one, that is financial bill subtype 3, that comes under Article number 117 Clause 3 of the Constitution of India. So I hope all of you are getting it, that Article 110, Article 110 clearly defines that what bill will be comes under the position of, comes under the sector of money bill. Fine. So I hope all of you are getting it. So I am moving to the next one. It's just overview about money bill, that where it is written that which bill will be termed as money bill or not. That's why I am telling you all of this. Fine. So now let's see. Any bill, any financial bill will be termed as money bill. I have already told you that financial bill is a divisional category of money bill, is a divisional category of financial bill. Okay, financial bill has three types, I have already told you. So any financial bill will be termed as money bill only when it will contain the following matters. I will tell you 7 matters. Okay, if those money bills or those financial bills will follow those 7 matters, only then those financial bills will be termed as money bill. Are you getting what I am saying? That I will tell you 7 matters, 7 positions, 7 points. Okay, if any money bill, or any financial bill will cover under those 7 matters or factors or points, only then those financial bill will be termed as money bill. Okay, so Article 110, that is Article 110 clearly mentions those 7 matters. Okay, that is why it is said that Article 110 clearly defines the money bill. Fine. So now we will see one by one those matters, those 7 matters. So moving to the next one. See, the first one, it may look vast, it may look bulky, all the matters, but I will tell you in simple language in detailed form. Fine. See, the imposition means let's see, if there is a law, fine, there is a law. If this law become an act, then this act have to be imposed in India, all parts of India. Even if this law has been made for the whole Indian citizens, okay, then of course when this law will become an act after going through the full procedures, then this act will be imposed on all the territories of India. Fine, except few things that are mentioned in the constitution, but generally imposition means this one. Okay, see, the imposition, abolition means removed, finished. So the imposition, abolition, remission, alteration, regulation or any tax, just see it. Okay, don't memorize it, I am making it, okay, breaking it part by part. Let's see. If, see here, the imposition, abolition, remission, alteration or regulation of any tax. Now let's see. Tax means not local tax, not about local tax, it's tax about union level, like GST. You cover GST, goods and services tax, income tax, custom tax. So these are the tax which follow its regular authority from the source of union government. Okay, so these taxes comes under money bills. If you have to make any changes, fine, let's see. Suppose there is a GST rule, just assume that there are 10 main points in GST and government wants to change second number of point and include in those points something new or something extra, or even wants to remove some of the points, means amending that whole part or even in any part, then government had to bring money bill because it comes under money bill. Okay, tax level system comes under money bill, even custom tax, income tax, fine. So all these things comes under money bill. If there will be make any changes, any amendments in this type of rules, regulations, or even if a new law is going to be established and government wants to make any law relating to custom tax, GST, income tax or any other tax at the central level, then government will have to bring a bill that is called as money bill. Government can't brings that bill under ordinary bills. Fine. Second point, the regulation of the borrowing money by the union government. The regulation of the borrowing money by the union government. See, government of India borrows money from different sources. Okay, even government of India borrows money from other countries too. Fine, I hope all of you are getting it, that whenever India needs some financial need, then India goes to some foreign countries even, and those foreign countries will help India. Even India also helps moreover countries. Fine. So if India is borrowing something from any other institutions in general perception or from other countries, they all will come under money bill. It means if India will bring some money from foreign countries, fine, then what happens that if there will be some procedures, there will be some process following, there is some procedure to borrow that money, or even the central government borrowing money from any institution of India itself, then also there will be some procedures to borrow that money. So if government of India wants to make any changes in that proceedings, in that process, then government will need to bring a money bill, not ordinary bill. Government will need to bring a money bill in Parliament of India. Fine. And after passing the bill, government can do whatever he wants. Fine. So I hope it is clear to all of you. So I am moving to the next point. I hope both of the points, both of the matters under the 7 matters have cleared for all of you. So I am moving to the third one, that will tell about contingency fund and even consolidated fund of India. Let's see. Fine. I am just erasing it for your general attention. See here, the custody of the consolidated fund of India or the contingency fund of India. It means what? See, there are two types of fund in India. I am just giving an overview because I will take a separate session on Consolidated Fund of India and Contingency Fund of India. Okay, so just giving an overview that what is Consolidated Fund of India. All the money that government receives will go in Consolidated Fund of India. All the money that government is receiving, like tax and any other things that government is receiving, that will go under Consolidated Fund of India. And what is Contingency Fund of India? It is, there are some amount of money keep reserved in Contingency Fund of India. Why? Because whenever there will be some threatening matters comes in India, or there is some a special situation arises, okay, emergency type of situation arises due to any reasons. Right now it's COVID, okay, before few months it was really an emergency situation, okay, health emergency. In that situation, if Government of India wants to borrow money, wants to withdraw the money from contingency fund, government can do that. Government can withdraw that money. Okay, government can withdraw that money by following some procedures. What are those procedures or not? I will tell you in separate session, because I have already told you that I will cover Consolidated Fund of India and Contingency Fund of India in a separate session, because it's so important. As all of you know that I have already told you that all the incomes, all the money that receives by the Government of India will go in the Consolidated Fund of India. Even President of India, Vice President of India, Speaker of Lok Sabha, all these got salaries from Consolidated Fund of India. Fine. Consolidated Fund of India. Consolidated Fund of India is itself a bigger chapter. Okay, I will cover. Don't take tension for it. I will cover both those funds in separate sessions. Okay. So I hope both of you are both the points are getting understandable to all of you. So what this point is saying, that the custody of the Consolidated Fund of India or the Contingency Fund of India. See, there are some procedures, some process, some steps to borrow any money in Consolidated Fund of India and Contingency Fund of India. There will be some procedures, definitely not like that this money which have to go to the Government of India directly, government is putting this money into this fund or even this fund. No, there will be some procedures. If Government of India wants to change that procedures or make any changes in that procedure, then Government of India will have to bring a money bill. Government of India can't bring ordinary bill for this one if wants to make any changes in Consolidated Fund of India and Contingency Fund of India. Government of India will have to bring money bill. Fine. And passing of money bill will be, procedures will be the same. In Lok Sabha, the passing of money bills will be the same like ordinary bills, but only for Lok Sabha. So what are the other things that makes different in Rajya Sabha for passing the money bills? I will tell you after this, finishing all the matters. Okay, fine. So I hope till now all of you are getting it. Like ordinary bills have to cross three stages, first reading, second reading, third reading, select committee, joint parliamentary committee. I hope all of you are getting it now. So money will also have to go through the same procedures, but only in Lok Sabha. Okay, only in Lok Sabha. I hope this one is clear to all of you. So I am moving to the next one, that is the fourth point about money bills, that which bill comes under the term of money bill. Now let's see the appropriation of money out of the Consolidated Fund of India. It is almost same of the like third point, but see it again, the appropriation of money out of the Consolidated Fund of India. If government had to take out of money from Consolidated Fund of India, if government have to borrow money from Consolidated Fund of India, withdraw money from Consolidated Fund of India, then there will be also some procedures. Okay, Government of India can't do directly, it can't go and directly withdraw the money from Consolidated Fund of India. There will be some procedures, some steps. Okay, so if Government of India wants to bring some changes to withdraw money from Consolidated Fund of India, I am repeating it again, if Government of India, if Union Government of our country wants to make any changes in the procedures of withdrawing money in Consolidated Fund of India from Consolidated Fund of India, then government will have to bring money bill. Again I am repeating, money bill. Okay, question may confuse that. If Union Government wants to change any procedures in withdrawing money from Consolidated Fund of India, then government will have to an option, money bill, ordinary bill, financial bill subtype 1, financial bill subtype 2, constitutional amendment bill. then the correct answer will be money bill. I hope all of you are getting it. Fine. So I am moving to the fifth matter. Fine. That tells you about the same thing, that is which financial bill will be called as money bill. See, declaration of any expenditure, declaration, announcement of any expenditure charged on the consolidated fund of India or increasing the amount of any such expenditure. Let's see. Declaration of any expenditure charged on the consolidated fund. It means like consolidated fund of India it is. Just assume it. Okay. So if there are certain expenditures of government from consolidated fund of India, expenditure will happen definitely. The money is depositing in consolidated fund of India because it will ultimately expended upon the development of India. That is why first depositing it, then from those money government will expend those money in few sectors. That is why it is depositing it. But if there will be declaration of any expenditure charged on the consolidated fund of India, that if government of India wants that on this sector there should be expenditure, and that expenditure government wants to take out from consolidated fund of India. If government wants that, and if there will be again there will be some procedures, steps to do that, definitely. Even not there is no any procedures and there is totally new thing in that sector, then even for that, it means for any changes for withdrawing money and giving to some other sectors, if any changes in that procedure wants to make by the union government, then union government had to bring out which bill? Again money bill. Now let's see. Increasing the amount of any such expenditure that is charged upon by the consolidated fund of India. It means, as all of you know, that President of India, Vice President of India and a Speaker of Lok Sabha and even more persons, also more authority at the central level also get its salaries, its allowance from consolidated fund of India. So if, now tell me, if the salary of President, Government of India wants to increase that salary, any one of salary, then Government of India can't do directly. Government of India had to bring money bill. After the passing of money bill from the Parliament of India, only then the salaries and allowances of these authorities, not only these special three authorities, but even this is President, Vice President and this is Speaker of Lok Sabha. Many other also got its salaries and allowances from consolidated fund of India. Fine. So if there will be any increment, if question may confuse by giving decreasing, no, only for increasing. If increasing, then Government of India wants to increase their salaries and allowances that is charged upon consolidated fund of India, then government will have to bring money bill in the Parliament and passing that bill. Fine. And procedures will same for the passing for Lok Sabha. I hope all of you are getting it. So the matter number 5 is already clear to all of you. I am hoping so. So I am moving to the next one. Okay. I hope that I am clarifying each and every matters with detailed view. Now let's see sixth one. The receipt of money on account of the consolidated fund of India. Don't get confused by seeing this bulky one. I will make understanding you in the most simple language. Fine. So I am just reading it. Okay. Now let's see here. The receipt of money on account of the consolidated fund of India or the public account. Now let's see. If receipt of money, expenditure of money, receipt of money means money is coming, expenditure of money means money is going. Let's see. Receipt of money on account of the consolidated fund of India. There is also public account. Like consolidated fund of India, there is also public account, contingency fund of India. So there is also, if there will be any receipt, on consolidated fund of India and public accounts, then or even the custody or issue of such money or the audit of the accounts of the Union of a state. Let's see. If there will be any auditing on public accounts, if there will be any auditing going on public accounts and consolidated fund of India, then and there will be some procedures for auditing that. Auditing means verifying. Okay, so there will be some procedures to do it. So if Government of India want to change any of the terms, any of the points of those procedures, or even wants to change the whole procedures, then too Government of India had to bring money bill. Again I am repeating, in Government of India had to bring money bill in the parliament. Fine. So I hope till now all of you are getting it. This is looking bulky one, but I am making this one the most simple language for all of you. So I am moving to the next one, that is the last one, and that last one is really defining the money bill. Okay, I will move to the next one, and that next one, that the seventh matter, will really define the money bill and gives money bill a larger shape, a larger view. Okay, see the seventh one. Any matter, read it carefully, any matter incidental to any of the matters specified in any 6 point. I have covered those 6 points. So it is really sometimes it misutilize. Okay, government sometimes misutilize it. Okay, how? Because those 6 points have been clearly mentioned in the Constitution of India in Article 110. But the 7 things put in that article and said that any other things related with those 6 factors, 6 matters will also be termed as money bill. Okay, so Government of India sometimes Government of India can misutilize it. Okay, but it is not for misutilizing purpose. Okay, it is for the purpose that, see, during the preparation of the Constitution of India there will be a huge debate, okay, going on. So whatever the most important points they thought, those founding fathers thought, they have mentioned in those 6 points, 6 matters, and after mentioning it they have given freedom to the Government of India for the future time too, that if Government of India wants that all the points cannot be covered in just 6 points, all the things cannot be covered in 6 matter or 6 points. That is why this 7th point have been mentioning in the Article 110 of the Constitution of India, that any other matter related with these 6 points also comes under the part of money bill. Okay, so if sometimes Government of India will say that, look, this is also a part of, this is a part of those 6 matters. Okay, if Government of India is saying that, and a speaker is granting those things. Okay, because it is ultimately the Speaker of Lok Sabha who will decide that either this is money bill or not. It is the sole authority of Lok Sabha. So if it is not related even with those 6 matters, and Government of India is relating any matter with those 6 matters, okay, and if a speaker accepting those, then really it will misutilizing it. Are it not? Are you getting it? So it is not for the misutilizing purpose, it is for good purpose. Okay, because any other things left from out of those 6 points, then all the things which is related with those 6 points will also comes under money bill. I hope till now all of you are getting it. Fine. So now I am moving to the next one. The next one is saying that, however, a bill will not be termed as money bill if those bills will have the following points. Right now I have told you that any financial bill will be termed as money bill only when those financial bill will follow those 7 matters. Now I am saying that any bill will be not termed as money bill if those bills were following the next 3 steps, next 3 matters, next 3 points, what I am going to tell you. Okay, fine. So earlier it was positive aspects about money bill, right now negative aspects in terms of money bill, that if any bill will terms those points, those 3 points, I will tell you all these 3 points, then those bill will not be termed as money bill. Okay, fine. I hope you are not confusing it. That is why I am going to the next one for those 3 points. Fine. So I am moving to the next one. Let's see the first part. The imposition of fines. Fines. It is not fines. Okay. The imposition of fines or other pecuniary penalties. Pecuniary penalties means what? Pecuniary penalties means penalties of money. Penalties of money. Okay. You are paying penalties in terms of money. So let's say I am just giving an example so that you will easily get it. During COVID times, there will be a fine for not wearing masking, social gathering. It is. Am I wrong or right? Am I right? I hope so. So there are fines. So if there are any types of fines, penalties of money, related to money, you are paying penalties and fines in terms of money, then those penalties or fines, money means even there will be a challan, you have fined of 500 rupees and challan has been prepared for this 500 rupees, then it also comes under money, that you are paying penalties, you are paying fine, okay, in terms of money. In terms of money, it is not like that only when you are paid fine or pay penalties in terms of cash, not only then that's go with money, even if you are getting it with challan, then also it comes under money. In any subcategories, if you are paying fine or paying penalties related with money, if you are paying money for those things, if you are paid money for those fines or penalties, then those fine or penalties not going under money bills. It means during COVID times, many of you have got fined for not wearing mask and for social gathering, okay, it happened. So those fines will not go under money bills. It means if you are not understanding it, now let's see it. I have already told you that there are some procedures to do anything. So if there is any changes Government of India wants to make in fines or pecuniary penalties make, then Government of India will not need to bring any money bill, okay, Government of India can directly do it, okay, not need to bring money bill for that. Even just assume that if Government of India are fining for, just assuming it, for not gathering 100 people at a location, and if you are gathering at that location, then Government of India will definitely fine you, okay. So fining you, if so there are some procedures, some steps, some laws, some rules according to which you are getting fined for gathering more than 100 persons at one place at those locations. So if Government of India wants to change some procedures, change in procedures, okay, then change in process of collecting fines, then Government of India doesn't need to bring any money bill, okay. If those things are mentioning in any bill, then those bill will be not termed as under money bill. I hope till now all of you are getting it. The second one, the demand for payment of fees or license for fees for services rendered. As you already know that many private institutions take license from Government of India, okay. So there will be few procedures, few steps to do that, okay, for guaranteeing the license. Even if you are opening any institutions, then you have to take license from government, okay. Then if Government of India wants to change in procedures of guaranteeing the license, then Government of India doesn't need to bring money bill, okay, money bill, fine. If those things mentioning in the bill like changing the license, changing the process of licensing, then those things not comes under money bill, okay, not come under money bill. I hope all of you are getting it. So I am moving to the third one, okay. Next one, that is the last one about if this one also follow in any bill, then those bills will not come under money bill. The third thing, the imposition, abolition, remission, alteration or regulation of any tax by any local authority or body for local purposes. Like there are several taxes, okay, ultimately there are several taxes located in some personal location, okay, some local authority, by some local authority there are taxes, okay, like if one municipal tax like hoarding tax, you are getting a hoarding tax. In towns you find that there are many posters, hoardings, so who is going to collect that money for hoardings, okay, municipal authority, not the Government of India. So if those kinds of things, and if in any bill if these kinds of things mentioning, okay, mentioning, then those bills will not be termed under money bill, okay, not be termed under money bill. So these are the some special points, 3 special points. If these 3 special points will mention under any bill, then those bill will be not termed under money bill, not termed under money bill, okay. Listen my word carefully, otherwise you will get confused in it. So I am moving to the next one, fine. I am waiting for the next slide, okay, fine. Yeah, let's see whether a bill is money bill or not, whether a bill is money bill or not. If it is a bill, Government of India is saying that it is a money bill, then who will decide that it is a money bill or not? Is it the government of India who have told that yes, this bill is a money bill, then it is finalized? Then government of India will really utilize these things. So ultimately, who is the authority who is going to decide that either this bill is money bill or it is not a money bill? Who will decide? It is the sole authority of the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Hear it me clearly. It is the sole authority. It is only the Speaker of the Lok Sabha who will decide that whether this bill is money bill or not. No one can even challenge this decision of a Speaker of Lok Sabha in Supreme Court, High Court, even President of India, Vice President of India, Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Prime Minister. No one can change the decision. If a Speaker of Lok Sabha said that this bill is not a money bill, then even Supreme Court, President of India, no one can do it anything. Okay, no one can do anything in that matter. If a Speaker of Lok Sabha said that yes, it is a money bill, then also no one institution of India can also challenge that decision of a Speaker of Lok Sabha. So it is the sole authority of the Speaker of the Lok Sabha that only a Speaker of Lok Sabha will decide that whether this bill is a money bill or any bill is a money bill or not. Okay, so this point is saying the same thing. So I hope all of you are getting it clearly. So I am moving to the next one. Fine. See here, it is different from ordinary bills. As during the lecture of ordinary bills, I have told you the class that has happened the day before yesterday. In that class, I have told you that ordinary bill can be initiated, can be introduced in any of the house. Ordinary bill can be initiated from Lok Sabha 2 and from even Rajya Sabha 2. Okay, fine. Any one house, this bill can be introduced first time. After passing from that house, that bill will go to the second house. Any house become first house or any house become second house in case of ordinary bill. It means ordinary bills can be introduced in any of the house. It is the freedom about ordinary bill. But in case of money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha, not in Rajya Sabha. Fine. Money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha, not in Rajya Sabha. I hope all of you are getting it. So this point is saying the same thing. So I am moving to the next one. Okay. See, money bill can be introduced only by any minister, not by any other private member. Again, different from ordinary bills. If you are revising the whole things, then you will automatically differentiate between ordinary bill and money bill. But if you are not getting your proper attention about the previous lectures, then you are going to confuse in this section. Okay. So if in ordinary bill, like ordinary bill can be initiated, can be introduced from any of the house, in the same way ordinary bill can be introduced by any member of parliament. Either that will be a minister, even an MP that is a minister will also able to introduce ordinary bill in Parliament of India. Okay, in Parliament of India. Not only that, even private members. So who is a private member? I have repeated it so many times. Private members are those members who are MPs but not ministers. Those MPs who are not ministers, those MPs are called private members. Okay, private members of Parliament. So ordinary bill can be introduced in any of the house, as well as ordinary bill can be introduced by any of the member. Okay, by any minister too and by any private member too. Anyone can introduce that. But unlike ordinary bill, money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha and can be introduced only by minister. Only by minister. Money bill cannot be introduced by any private member. Listen my words carefully. Okay. Again, when I will differentiate between ordinary bill and money bill in the final section of this session, then you will revise these things again. Okay. So I am moving to the next one. See here. Rajya Sabha cannot reject the money bill. It means, now the interesting things come. If there is a money bill, if money bills passed from the Lok Sabha by the same procedures that has been following for the ordinary bills, but only in Lok Sabha, why there is the no same procedures for money bill like ordinary bills in the Rajya Sabha? Why? Just understand it. If any money bill that has been passed from the Lok Sabha after passing, because it can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. So after passing from Lok Sabha, this money bill will send to the Rajya Sabha. In money bill, in case of money bill, Lok Sabha will always be the first house. Always be Lok Sabha will be first house. But in ordinary bills, Lok Sabha, sometimes it is first house, sometimes it is possible that Lok Sabha will become second house, and Rajya Sabha will become first house and second house too in case of ordinary bill. But in case of money bill, Lok Sabha will always be first house and Rajya Sabha will be second house. Even here there is no importance of second house too. How you will easily get it? By another 2-3 slides when I will teach you all things. Now listen carefully. If any money bill passed from the Lok Sabha, it means passed from the first house, then this bill will be sent to the second house, that is automatically Rajya Sabha in case of money bill, always be. So Rajya Sabha cannot reject the money bill. It means Rajya Sabha have to pass money bill. There is no option. There are 2 options available, but Rajya Sabha cannot reject the bill. Okay, Rajya Sabha have to pass it, otherwise only 2 options. Okay, but it is not the option for Rajya Sabha that Rajya Sabha will reject the money bill. No, if Lok Sabha pass the money bill, Rajya Sabha cannot reject the money bill. Rajya Sabha have to follow some procedure, or either Rajya Sabha have to pass that bill or say some recommendations. Rajya Sabha even cannot change any amendments in that money bill. Okay, in the money bill. So if Lok Sabha pass the money bill, then Rajya Sabha cannot reject that money bill and saying that, see, Rajya Sabha will not the power, and Rajya Sabha will never say that, see, we are rejecting this money bill. Okay, Rajya Sabha cannot say that. But in ordinary bills, Rajya Sabha can say that. Okay, if Lok Sabha passes it, Rajya Sabha can reject it. Okay, and after the rejection, this bill will have finished here itself. But it is for ordinary bill. But in case of money bill, it cannot be rejected by Rajya Sabha. Now moving to the next one. The facts related to money bill with regarding to the Rajya Sabha. See, Rajya Sabha cannot make any amendments on money bill. Now, if I hope you are differentiating between suggestions, recommendations. You are able to differentiate between recommendations, suggestions, and which one? Amendments. Amendments means changes. If you are giving suggestions, if your father has taken any decisions, your parents, your guardian has taken any decision, and you want to make some changes in that decision, okay, then it is earlier well defined that in your house, if it is earlier defined that whichever decision our parents, our guardian will make finalized, you have to accept that. Otherwise you can give only suggestions, but you cannot change that decisions. You can give suggestions, recommendations to your guardian. It is ultimately on the guardian that either your guardian or parents will accept those suggestions or recommendations or not. If you are giving suggestions to your fathers relating to any matter, so you are just giving suggestions, not you are making any changes in that decision. If your parents find those suggestions okay important, then your parents may accept those recommendations, suggestions, but you are not allowing to do changes, okay, changes in that decision. The same thing is here. If Lok Sabha has passed the money bill, then Rajya Sabha cannot reject it, the first one. Again, Rajya Sabha cannot make any changes in that bill. Can give suggestions, recommendations, yes, can give suggestions, recommendations, but ultimately it is upon the Lok Sabha that Lok Sabha will accept those recommendations or suggestions or not. Okay, even Lok Sabha will not accept those recommendations, suggestions, then there is no difficulty of passing the bill. Okay, there is no difficulty. If accepting those suggestions, recommendations, it is well for Rajya Sabha members. But if you are not accepting those recommendations, then even this is not a difficult for Lok Sabha members. Okay, because in money bill, Lok Sabha has much more power than Rajya Sabha. That is why even we are calling Lok Sabha as lower house. But why and which terms will clarifying that even Lok Sabha is called a lower house, but under which circumstances Lok Sabha has more powers. So you can easily give examples of money bills regarding the types of cases of money bills. So I hope it is clear to all of you that Rajya Sabha cannot make any changes in money bill. Rajya Sabha can give suggestions, recommendation to money bill, okay, but cannot make any changes in that money bill. So I am moving to the next one. I hope it is clear to all of you. So the next one is that Rajya Sabha can give recommendations on the money bill. Let's see, if Lok Sabha pass money bill, after passing the money bill from Lok Sabha, it will send to the Rajya Sabha, of course. Rajya Sabha cannot reject it, cannot reject. Rajya Sabha cannot make amendments. It means cannot make any changes in that money bill. But Rajya Sabha can give suggestions. Suggestions and recommendations. Fine. Rajya Sabha can give suggestions and recommendations. So, if Rajya Sabha will give any suggestions, recommendations, then it is not necessary for the Lok Sabha to accept those suggestions or recommendations. If Lok Sabha wants to accept those, Lok Sabha may accept. If Lok Sabha doesn't want to accept those suggestions, recommendations, then Lok Sabha will not accept it. There will be no difficulty of passing that bill. Okay. That is why I am telling you that in case of money bill, Lok Sabha has much more power than Rajya Sabha. So I hope this point is also clear to all of you. So I am moving to the next one. Okay, fine. Now let's see. It is the same thing what I have tried to write now, that it is upon the Lok Sabha, if there is some recommendations, suggestions coming from the Rajya Sabha in case of money bill, then it is upon Lok Sabha that either Lok Sabha will accept those recommendations or not. Okay, if accepting those recommendations, Lok Sabha is accepting those recommendations that has been given by Rajya Sabha, then it is well reputation for Rajya Sabha members. But even if Lok Sabha is not accepting those recommendations, suggestions that given by Rajya Sabha members in case of money bill, then too there will be no difficulty of passing money bill. Okay, there will be no difficulty. Okay, so this point saying the same thing. So I am moving to the next one. Okay. See, Rajya Sabha has only 14 days to take any action on the money bill. Now let's see, again interesting thing. See here clearly, otherwise you will confused. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. It is a money bill. Money bill will be, if passed from Lok Sabha, then it will of course send to Rajya Sabha. Then Rajya Sabha has only 14 days, 14 working days. Okay, Saturday, Sundays not count. Rajya Sabha has only 14 days. Rajya Sabha has only 14 days. Within 14 days, Rajya Sabha have to take any action on that bill. Within 14 days, Rajya Sabha cannot cross those 14 days. Within 40 days, either Rajya Sabha can pass that money bill, okay, or Rajya Sabha can give some recommendations to that money bill. Okay, only Rajya Sabha can do these two things. Otherwise, Rajya Sabha cannot reject that money bill. Rajya Sabha cannot make any change, cannot make any amendments in that money bill. Okay, so it is. So Rajya Sabha, whatever Rajya Sabha will do, they have to do. Rajya Sabha will have to do within 14 days. If there will be crossing of 14 days, if 14 days period is over, then what happens? Then it is understandable as Rajya Sabha has passed this money bill without any change and amendments. Of course, also Rajya Sabha cannot make any change and amendments. So if the 14 days time period will be over and Rajya Sabha has taken no action on the money bill, then just understand that without taking any action, it is understandable that it is assumed that Rajya Sabha has passed it. Okay, and that bill will be sent to President of India for their signature. Okay, so if within 14 days Rajya Sabha is not taking any action on that money bill, then of course first of all it is passed from Lok Sabha earlier. Then if 14 days period over, then automatically this bill will be termed as passed from Rajya Sabha. Okay, so now if 14 days over, then automatically this bill will be termed as passed from both the houses of parliament. So it will be sent to the president signature. Fine. So I hope what is the logic behind this 14 days, what is 14 days conditions, all of you will remember, you will not forget all these points. Okay, let's moving to the next one. Are you differentiating it with ordinary bills or not? In ordinary bills, second house, since here second house is always be Rajya Sabha in case of money bill, but in ordinary bill second house may be anyone, that is Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha too. But in case of ordinary bills, second house gets time period of 6 months. Even after second house is not taking any action on that ordinary bill for even for 6 months, and 6 month time cross, then only that ordinary bill will not termed as passed, from that second house. Then joint sitting of both the houses is possible. Okay, but here see how much power Lok Sabha has in case of money bill. If money bill, the case of money bill, then if 14 days over, that those are 6 months. So 6 months for both the houses, for Lok Sabha 2, for Rajya Sabha 2, because in that case ordinary bill, in the case of ordinary bill, any one house can be counted as second house. Okay, so in that house, when any house will become second house, all of you know are getting it. If not, contact us, because I am repeated it so many times in your strategy lecture that I don't need to tell you the whole thing again and again. Okay, so in those things, even the second house gets 6 months. Okay, 6 months. Even after not taking any action within 6 months, then even to the bill will not termed as passed, from that second house. Okay, not termed as passed. Then what is possibility after that? Then there will be joint sitting of parliament will happen. It is possible. But here in case of money bill, second house already Rajya Sabha, second house will get only 14 days. If in those 14 days second house is not, that is Rajya Sabha will not take any action, then it is assumed that Rajya Sabha has passed it automatically. Okay, just after crossing 15 days, on the 15th of that day, the bill will be passed, assumed as passed from the Rajya Sabha, that from the second house. Okay, now see what happened here. Regarding money bill, president has only two options. Either president will accept the money bill or reject the money bill. See, during the case of ordinary bills, I have told you that after passing from, during the case of ordinary bill, after passing from both the houses, after any bill, ordinary bill passing from both the houses sent to the President of India. Okay, in that case, president can sign on that bill. It means president will give approval to that bill. Either president will directly reject that bill, either president can even give some suggestions, recommendations to that bill, or even president can withhold that bill to himself or herself. Okay, and taking no action, that is also called as veto power. So in that case president has 4 powers, but in case of money bill president has only 2 powers. Okay, president can either accept the money bill or reject the money bill, only 2 options. President cannot give recommendations, cannot give any suggestions to money bill after passing from both the houses. Okay, either directly accept the money bill or reject the money bill. Okay, fine. Even there is no veto power of president, it means president cannot withhold the money bill, cannot pending the money bill to himself or herself, okay, for any period of time. No, so there is no veto power of president in case of money bill. During the lecture of president I have also covered it, I am repeating it again. So I hope till now all of you are getting the point that it is mentioned there. So I am moving to the next one. See, now this is the last slide of today's session. Okay, so let's see it. Fine, let's see it. Difference between ordinary bill and money bill. Difference between ordinary bill and money bill. I have covered all the differences, just I am aggregating the whole difference in one way. Okay, segregately I have covered and I have told you about all the differences, but here I am aggregating those whole differences of ordinary bills and regarding to money bills. Okay, so let's see one by one. Introduce in house. Now tell me, ordinary bill can be introduced in which house, which of the houses? Introduce in house, the first point, it means first see about ordinary bills, then we will look compared with money bill, point by point. Okay, so tell me, ordinary bill can be introduced in which of the houses? All of you are getting it or not? The answer is ordinary bill can be introduced in any of the houses. There is no restriction regarding the introduced in the houses about the money, ordinary bill. But in case of money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha, only in Lok Sabha. Fine. So I hope the point number 1, the difference number 1 between ordinary bill and money bill is clear to all of you. Now the difference is second number difference. See, introduced by whom? See, ordinary bill can be introduced by, even a minister can introduce ordinary bill, or even a private member can also introduce ordinary bill. But money bill can be introduced only by any minister, only by any minister. Money bill cannot be introduced by any private member. Okay, money bill can be introduced only by ministers, but ordinary bills can be introduced by any of the MPs, even that will be minister or not minister, that is private member. Okay, so I hope both of the points of difference between ordinary bills and money bills are clear to all of you. I hope you are getting all the differences in one frame. Now the third one. Prior recommendation. See here, prior recommendation means prior recommendation of president. During the lecture of President of India, I have covered it. If you have covered that lecture, then I have no need to tell here it. But since many of the students are new in our classes, that's why I am telling you. See, in case of ordinary bills, what happened that first of all, there will be no role of president. First of all, there will be no role of president in ordinary bills. First of all, what happened that any minister or even any private member, it means any MP of any of the house can introduce bill in any of the house, okay, fine, in any of the house. After passing from one house, okay, then it go to the second house. If passing from the second house too, then it sent to the president. After passing from both the houses, then the role of president comes in action regarding ordinary bill. Okay, so now prior recommendation of president means before initiating that bill, there is necessary to take permission from the President of India. Okay, the approval of President of India must be taken before initiating that bill. But in case of ordinary bill, nothing like that, nothing like prior recommendation of president. Okay, president rules comes in action in case of ordinary bills only when the bills is passed from both the houses. Before initiative of the bill, there is no role of president in case of ordinary bill. Fine. So see, here is no need of prior recommendation, means prior approval of the president. If president after passing from both houses, if president sign it, not sign it, pending it, withholding it, okay, or sending recommendations, suggestions, that is separate matter. All of you are knowing it right now. But in case of money bill, what happened? Just understand it. Okay, what happened in case of money bill? See, unlike ordinary bill, in money bill, if any money bill will be introduced, then only by any minister, fine, not by any private member. I hope all of you are getting it right now. So let's see. Introduced only in Lok Sabha, cannot be introduced in Rajya Sabha. Again, fine, can be introduced only in Lok Sabha, not can be introduced in Rajya Sabha. After passing from Lok Sabha, it will be sent to the Rajya Sabha. But here, what happened that if any minister wants to initiate money bill in Lok Sabha, okay, then what happens then? Then first of all, prior approval of the president must be taken. Prior recommendation of president must be taken. That see president said, or president when we are going to initiate this money bill in Lok Sabha. Okay, always money bill will be introduced in Lok Sabha. So see that we are going to, and I am going to initiate this money bill. If any minister go to the president and said that I am going to initiate this money bill in Lok Sabha, so please give your approval so that I can initiate it in Lok Sabha. Only when president will giving his approval, only then this bill can be initiated in Lok Sabha. Otherwise, if president is not giving his approval, then this bill cannot be introduced in Lok Sabha, cannot be. So here, in case of, after that, see again, after passing from Lok Sabha, and automatically Rajya Sabha cannot reject it. So it will, if Lok Sabha passed it, automatically Rajya Sabha will have to pass it. Okay, at anyhow, even 14 days cross, also that will be termed as passed. Okay, so then again goes to the president. President either sign it or reject it. But since prior recommendations has been taken, prior approval of the president, has been already taken regarding that money bill. So it is very little chance, negligible chance, that after passing that bill, that has already been given approval by the president. So now it is very negligible chance that president will reject that bill. Okay, because itself, this bill is itself given the approval by the president before initiative that bill. Okay, so president can reject it, but it is negligible chance. Okay, negligible chance, because president himself or herself has given his approval to that bill earlier, before initiating that bill. So here in case of ordinary bill, prior recommendation is not necessary, but in case of money bill, prior recommendation is must. Okay, again let's see, see carefully. In case of Lok Sabha, I have told you this one. In case of if Lok Sabha passed the money bill, and if Rajya Sabha is giving some suggestions or recommendations, Rajya Sabha can give suggestions, recommendations. Rajya Sabha cannot make any amendments or changes, but suggestions, recommendations can be given. I have already told you. But it is upon the Lok Sabha that either Lok Sabha will accept those suggestions, recommendations or not. Even accepting it, then there will be few changes in that original bill, because suggestions, recommendations are adding in that bill. But if Lok Sabha is not accepting those recommendations and suggestions that has been given by Rajya Sabha, then that bill, there will be no change in that bill, fine. But if whatever the suggestions, recommendations, if Rajya Sabha is giving some suggestions, recommendations, if it is not necessary that Rajya Sabha will give suggestions, recommendations, but if Rajya Sabha is giving some suggestions, recommendations, and if those suggestions, recommendations has been included, if accepted by the Lok Sabha, that if members of Rajya Sabha are saying this, then we should accept this. So if Lok Sabha is accepting this, it is possible that Lok Sabha will not accept it too. It is upon Lok Sabha. Okay, no one can do it. Okay, there is no difficulty if not accepting by the Lok Sabha. Yet Lok Sabha, this bill will be termed as passed if not accepting the recommendations. But what happens if Lok Sabha is accepting the recommendations, suggestions given by the Rajya Sabha in case of money bill? Then what happens that then there will be some changes, because new suggestions, recommendations has been added in that bill. Okay, after accepting those recommendations, suggestions, if Lok Sabha is approving their suggestions, recommendations, then there is no need to send it back to the Rajya Sabha. Just accepting it, suggestions, recommendations, and send it directly to the President of India. Now what happens? Since President of India has approved the money bill, earlier one, original one, okay, the same one, but now because Lok Sabha has accepted the suggestions, recommendations of Rajya Sabha, so there will be some changes, little bit changes, it may be, but there will be definitely some changes, 1, 2, 3, 4, any number of changes. So now the bill that has gone to the President in last time, the bill will be some changes. Changes from what? Changes from the bill that has been at the time when the President is giving approval, and the bill that has now got by the President after passing from the House, after accepting the recommendations, suggestions, then there will be some changes in both the bills. Okay, for the President of India, there will be some changes in that bill. In that case, it is possible that President may reject that bill. President may reject that money bill. It is possible. Okay, but generally it's so that President will accept. Okay, it is necessary to tell you that in which circumstances, tell me one condition when President has the exact reason President will rejecting the, see, anyone if you asking that in which circumstances, tell me one condition where President can reject the money bill after passing from both the houses. President can reject the money bill by giving the actual reason. So this is this may be a reason, this may be a factual reason, you can give it to the interviewer. Okay, fine. So I hope the point number 3 is clear to all of you. 1, 2, 3, all of the 3s. Okay, fine. So I am moving to the fourth one. 4 things are left, 4 points are left that I will cover right now. Fine. So now comes to the fourth point. See, fourth point say that power of Rajya Sabha. Now tell me here, in comparison of power of Lok Sabha, whether the power is equal or more or less of Rajya Sabha, it is totally less, totally negligible powers of Rajya Sabha has. Okay, Rajya Sabha cannot reject the money bill, cannot make any changes in money bill. That is why Rajya Sabha has very few powers related in which one? Lok Sabha in case of money bills, in money bills only. So, but in ordinary bills, power of Rajya Sabha and power of Lok Sabha is equal, totally equal, net to net equal. So I hope it is clear to all of you, because in case of ordinary bills, Rajya Sabha can even make any changes, amendments too, can reject the bill too, can pending the bill too for 6 months. See the next one. 6 months versus 14 days. I hope I have covered it. 6 months versus 14 days. Does it necessary to explain me again 6 months versus 14 days? Okay, I am just giving an overview. Okay, otherwise many of you will not get at that time, and which students who have got this point, who will get revision of this point. Okay, so 6 months, suppose 6 month time means what? Suppose if first 6 months is for ordinary bills and not for money bills, and 14 days for money bills, not for ordinary bills. Fine. So see, in case of ordinary bills, if any bill has been passed in first house, that may be any house, even in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha can any bill will be the first house. But in second house, the bill is pending. The second house is not taking any of the action, not giving any suggestions, recommendation, not any discussions, debate going on, not passing that bill, not rejecting that bill, just keeping the bill pending in second house. The second house may be anyone. In case of ordinary bill, I am just talking about ordinary bill, because 6 month time is for ordinary bill, okay, not for money bill. In that case, second house of parliament have time of 6 months for pending that bill. 6 months pending time second house get in case of ordinary bills. Okay, but in case of money bill, second house, and in case of money bill, second house will always be Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha cannot become second house in case of money bill. Okay, so in case of money bill, Rajya Sabha have only 14 days. Within 14 days, Rajya Sabha has to take any action, either pass that money bill or give any kind of suggestions, recommendation. Otherwise, this 14-day time period will be over. This will be termed as passed. This money bill has been passed from the Rajya Sabha, second house. But in case of here, I hope point number 5 is clear for all of you. Another thing, here, if 6 months crosses, then it is not understandable like this one, that this is termed as passed from this house wherever it is pending. No, here it is termed as passed. If 14 days period cross, then it is assumed that this bill has been passed from the Rajya Sabha automatically. But not here, not like that. If after 6 months times crosses, then even after that time, this bill will not be termed as passed like this one. Okay, now there will be a deadlock between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, are you getting it? There is a barrier between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Now, President of India can call the joint sitting of parliament. Okay, under which what happens, I hope all of you know, because I have already told you all this. So point number 5 also clear to all of you. So only 2 points remaining about the differences between ordinary bills and money bills. So now let's see. 6. Joint sitting of houses. Now tell me, in case of ordinary bills, is there any possibility of joint sitting of the houses? Of course, in case of ordinary bill, joint sitting of both the houses is possible. I have told you right now, by giving the time frame of 6 months, if there will be any deadlock, there will be any barrier, the bill is not getting passed due to any of the house, then there will be a deadlock situation arise between parliament houses, then joint sitting of parliament is possible. But in case of money bill, joint sitting of parliament is not possible at all. Okay, because in case of money bill, Rajya Sabha has no power. Rajya Sabha has either passed that money bill or can give only suggestions, recommendations. In that case, there will be no possibility of deadlock between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, there will be no possibility of conflict between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So if there is no conflict between both of the houses of parliament, there is no possibility of joint sitting of parliament. So I hope all of you are clear about this fact, that joint sitting of parliament and joint sitting of both the houses is possible only in case of not, since we are just comparing about ordinary bills and money bills, that is why I have tell you about only. So joint sitting of both the houses of parliament is possible in ordinary bills but not possible in money bills. Okay, fine. Now again, powers of president. So what are the powers of president regarding the ordinary bills? Again I am repeating. So powers of president regarding ordinary bill is that either, see, there is no power of president before initiating that bill, because there is no prior recommendation. Now connect this one to this one. Okay, connect both the dots. Fine. There is no prior recommendation. There is no need of prior approval of the President of India in case of ordinary bill. Not only that, President has much more power. Here president has no power, okay, but president has no power here before initiating that bill, but president has much more power if ordinary bill passed. But in case of money bill, president has power before initiating that money bill, but president has less power when the money bill will be passed. See, there is no prior recommendation needed for the president of India in case of ordinary bills. But after passing from both the houses, president has four options. Either president will have to give his approval. It means president will sign on that bill and that will become an act. Either president will reject, it means president will not sign on that bill and that bill will not become an act at that point of time. And president can even give recommendations, suggestions, and sending it back to the parliament by giving some suggestions, recommendations. And the fourth one option that president have powers in case of ordinary bill is that president can pending that bill to himself or herself, with withholding that bill to himself or herself. That is also known as veto power. What are veto powers? I have covered all the veto powers during the lecture of President of India. You can go to that lecture and see that again if you are confusing in that. But in case of money bill, now see, president has no powers in ordinary bill before the initiative of ordinary bill, because in ordinary bill there is no prior recommendation needed of the president in case of ordinary bill. But after passing that bill from both the houses, if any ordinary bill passed from both the houses, then president's power is much more than money bill. How? Because there are four options of president, four options available to the president of India when ordinary bill will pass from both the houses. Now see about money bills. Okay, this is the last one. After this session will be over. So see about the powers of president regarding money bill. See, when money bill will be introduced, then automatically there will be a prior recommendation of president must be taken by that ministry who is initiating that, who wants to initiate that money bill. So prior approval of the president must be taken. So here power of president is much more than previous one, than ordinary bill. But in case of before initiative phase, after that money bill will be passed from both the houses, then automatically power of president is limited, not like ordinary bills. Now there is only two powers president have. Either president will accept, it means president will sign on that money bill, or either president will reject, it means president will not give his approval, means president will not sign on that bill. Only two powers president have regarding to money bill. But here, like ordinary bills, president cannot pending that bill, it means withholding that bill. Okay, it means president has no veto powers regarding money bill. President has veto powers in regarding the case of ordinary bills, but president has no powers regarding money bill. Not only that, president cannot say anything on that bill, like I am giving some suggestions, recommendations. So cannot give suggestions and recommendations and send it back to the parliament that please see my suggestions and recommendation. President also this. So these are the two powers which president do not have in money bills, but extra power president have in money bill, prior recommendation, when we compare about ordinary bills. So see how I have cleared all the points. Okay, these 7 points about the differences between ordinary bills and money bills. I am using just simple language, so all of you are getting it. Okay, if in any points or in any sentences or in any topics in this session you get confused about my language, then contact us. Okay, I will give separate. I can even give half an hour, 1 hour separate to you if you want. Okay, please send your query. As all of you are sending your query regularly, you can send. Our team will definitely assist you. Fine. So if any other slide remaining, I will cover those. Otherwise, we are going to finish this session right now. No students. So today's session is over. Money bill is finished. Okay. Till now 2 bills I have covered, ordinary bills and money bills. Okay. Fine. I am not in hurry. I am not in hurry to cover the whole things, okay, by missing some of the facts. I will cover all the things what I have given within the time frame. Okay, I have covered. I have full confidence. I have covered. I will definitely cover. Our team is really doing the hard work. After few times, we will also going to start current affairs and PSI are optional. Apart from that, means answer writing practice 2, essay answer writing practice 2. I will also going to start after few days. All these things. Okay, stay with us. So thank you students. We will meet tomorrow again and we will continue the same topic, that is Parliament of India. So thank you so much.